Peace. Happy Mindset Monday, everybody. Fozzie here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Definitely working towards becoming the best version of yourself and deciding to decide with intention on everything that you do to strive towards being intentional and truly seeing the value in being intentional. Being intentional with your time, being intentional with your efforts, being intentional with your energy, and just really deciding on purpose to prioritize your focus, prioritize what it is that you entertain, what it is that you spend your time doing. I sound like a Brother Kenneth. Thanks for joining. Last week, week before, I just been really mentally in reflection, just throughout my daily day, the things that I do, and getting more conscious of the small things, sort of say. Like we like to say, oh, that's small, it really doesn't matter. And I'm really, I don't know, it's just running through my mind a lot more frequently. And every day is a blessing, every day is a gift. And this is how we have to use it. We have to use it as a gift. We have to use it as something that we are being proactive in to be able to help us with doing things with integrity, help us with building better character for ourselves, how we treat people, how we speak to people, how we go about things. Whatever it is that we do things with good intention and a pure heart and with integrity, and deciding on purpose that, no matter how big or small, no matter, what happened in the past, last week, 6 months ago, 15 years ago, whatever the case may be, that doesn't define you. That situation doesn't define you. That situation just helps you improve. This is how we have to see situations, circumstances, and things of that nature. We have to see them as experiences to be able to help us work on improvement and not get caught up into, how difficult it was, how this it was, or how that it was. It was so hard, it was this, it was that. Things don't get easier. That's just a part of life. It's just a part of how we operate. Things do not get easier. So, man or woman, whatever the case may be, whatever your responsibility is, we should seek out solutions. We should work on being more solution-oriented. We should work on our mindsets. We should work on, our skill set. We should work on our belief system. Anything is possible when you believe. Anything is possible when you put in the work. Anything is possible when you make a conscious choice and decision to let go of the things that are not serving your life in a positive way, that are not serving your consciousness in a positive way. Like, we look at things to be impossible because we haven't achieved them yet. That doesn't mean that that's so. That doesn't mean that it's impossible because it's too difficult, it's too hard. So many people are doing the impossible because they believe in themselves. They are taking the initiative to be able to work on being disciplined. They are taking the initiative and the opportunity to be more intentional with their time, not sitting around and just filling their day with nonsense, not, continuing on operating in the bad habits that they have been operating in, because it's easier to just do it versus actually not do it. Like, you want to improve and build better habits, you have to work on self-control, self-restraint, work on putting the energy that you're going to put in that bad negative thing into something better, into something good. And this will also help with yourself, help you feel more better about yourself, help you build your self-confidence. But if we consistently are just going with the flow of things, we are consistently just doing what feels comfortable, if we just continue to keep operating in our norm, there will be so many things that look like it's just so impossible, because that's what we have set our mind up for. We have set our mind up for this type of way of thinking and being. So when we look at things, things don't look like that they could happen, but they can. But we have to unlearn to relearn. But if we're not willing to do the work, if we're not willing to, on a day-to-day basis, create a better habits and routines for ourselves, we'll always be in the same place. Talking about, oh, you got it easy. Looking at somebody else's life, talking about you got it easy, you got everything all together. It's easy to say that, looking from the outside in, and not really living it, not really being proactive in it. Like, people on the outside can say all of that stuff because they're not doing anything. They're sitting back looking at somebody else's life day in, day out, night in and night out, saying how easy it is. That time that you're watching somebody else's life and being inspired, you can do the same thing. So it's not easier for one person than the next person. It's all about making a conscious choice and decision that I'm going to do better for myself on purpose, and I'm not going to allow myself to constantly be in position and place where I'm not doing the things that I need to do based on my lack of discipline, my lack of self-discipline. Just because something is hard, just because something didn't work out the first time, just because something didn't work out in the way, in the manner that you wanted it to, that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen for you. That doesn't mean that it's so impossible to happen. That's not what that means. That's not a sign that it's not for you. But if you consistently keep putting that idea and affirming that for yourself in your mind, that's what it will be. So we have to really decide on purpose to understand that if you don't be mindful of the things that you're speaking into your life and into your day, if you're not being mindful of the things that you are entertaining, you get what you get. You can't blame anybody but yourself. You can only blame yourself because that's what you're entertaining on a day-to-day basis. We have to understand that what we do on a day-to-day basis, day in and day out, will determine our future and where we want to go. That is a topic of discussion today. The things that we're doing and that we're comfortable in, and that we're not even making an effort to be able to break the cycle and the habit of, that will be where it is that we're going and where it is that we are. So if you're not where you want to be, it doesn't matter what age, title, status, whatever the case may be you want to put on it. If you're not willing to break the cycle of that, you're choosing to do the things that you claim that you don't want to do or be in. You're choosing that. It's not anybody else's job to save you. It's not anybody else's job to say, hey, go down this road. It's easier and quicker. We're not being truthful with ourselves. We are consistently operating in a space where we are not allowing ourselves to tap into our gifts, to tap into our purpose. And that's your own fault. That's your own fault. That's not anybody else's fault. It's all about, making a conscious choice and decision to do some things on purpose that are really going to help you become your best and tap into your purpose. So what are you doing on a day-to-day basis will determine your future and where you want to go, what you want to do. Your age does not determine that. If you, day in and day out, all you do on a day-to-day basis is complain about your life and complain about your situation, why do you think that anything should change? God doesn't change the condition of a people till we change the condition of ourselves and what's in our hearts. So if we really don't want better for ourselves, we're going to continue to keep doing the things that keep us stuck. Life is hard, Trying to figure things out is hard too. But that doesn't mean that it's impossible. That doesn't mean that change can't happen. Change won't happen. But if we consistently keep positioning ourselves in spaces and our belief system is trash and our mindset is negative, every time we look at something, we say how it can never happen. I can't do that because, this. I can never have that. Sorry for the background noise. I'm like on the street, and people are walking by. But, on a day-to-day basis, you have to work on putting good things into your mindset on purpose. Personal development is very important. And if you don't position that into your daily day, into your life, what you get is a negative mentality, a stuck mentality, a mentality that is not proactive within doing things that are going to really help you improve. Everything is going to look impossible to you. Nothing great is going to happen from you consistently having a broke, lack mentality. You have to be the one to decide. I'm deciding, I'm affirming, I'm declaring better for me. I'm deciding, I'm affirming, and I'm declaring the best for me. Everything is working out for my greatest good. You have to speak goodness and greatness into your life. And you have to that has to work on assimilating to your mindset. But if you consistently keep looking at what your life is at the moment, and that's what you go off of on a day-to-day basis, that's how things are going to be. Things are going to always look impossible. Things are going to always look like they're never going to work out. You know, consciously and subconsciously, if you keep telling yourself that this ain't never going to work, oh, this and that and this and that, and but you keep telling yourself that that is what you are going to feel, that is what you're going to see, and that's what you're going to experience in your life. So we have to honor our day as to what God blesses us with on a day-to-day basis, and we have to decide that we are going to do different. We're not going to continue to keep doing what everybody else is doing, what seems cool, what seems normal, what we're supposed to do, and all of that kind of stuff, because it's nonsense, and it's leading us to exactly where it is that we currently are. And we all have kids, we all have responsibilities, we all have bills. Some have more than others. So we have to not allow ourselves to life is life and this and that and all of these things. We have to take accountability, and we have to get disciplined. We have to get disciplined. You know, sometimes people talk to me and they tell me how hard things are. And, you know, I don't discredit anybody's hardship. But me personally, I've been through a lot in my life within the last 2 to 3 years of my life. Life-altering changes, and before that, so many other things. And, you know, every single day when I do the things that I do, I really show gratitude and appreciation to God, because what I do is not for myself. What I do is for the collective, and we all have purpose in that kind of way. But if we consistently continue to keep complaining about our experiences of life, and we just want people to feel sorry for us, and we just sit back and not do anything about it, you know, that's all our life will be consumed of. It will be consumed of us, you know, having a pity party and including people in it, and we're not doing anything about it. We have problems. We are being a part of the problem. We're not being a part of the solution. Whatever it is, whatever type of issue you have, take a moment to be able to sit back and just self-evaluate and really be truthful and honest with yourself. Really be truthful and honest with yourself. A lot of the times, a lot of us as a people, as individuals, are not being real, truthful, and honest with ourselves. We're too busy trying to cover things up. We're too busy trying to keep some type of image. We're too busy trying to, you know, not live in our truth, that we are creating a character for ourselves to present to the world on a day-to-day basis. We're suppressing the real us because we don't want to be quirky, or we don't want to be this and we don't want to be that, we don't want to show our flaws and all of this other kind of stuff. So that's what happens. We consistently are operating in dysfunction. We are consistently, you know, thinking that things are just supposed to happen for us and to us. We see somebody else putting in the work day in and day out, night in and night out, and we tell them how they got it easy, you know, how things are so easy for them, when, you know, when somebody's putting in the work, we have to understand that we don't know what it entails. We have to really open up our minds to be able to know that in order to have success in any kind of way, shape, or form, there's a lot of failures. There's a lot of setbacks. There's a lot of things that go left. Things that you wouldn't even imagine could happen have happened. But it's all about seeing that as something to be able to kickstart you forward, and to be able to realign you in your life and on your journey, on your path. So don't have this mentality. Don't have this selfish mentality and think that you're the only one going through certain things, because there's so many people going through so many different things. They're just not showing you. Just not showing you. They're just not telling you. You know? How long are you going to sit in a problem? How long are you going to sit complaining about a problem before you actually do something about it? How long are you going to consistently keep operating in certain type of things? You're not doing anything about it, but you're complaining about it. Why are we not being a part of our own solution? Why are we not deciding on purpose that, okay, I've been doing X, Y, and Z for so long, and this is the result. Now it's time for me to do X, Y, and Z to be able to help me get myself out of this hole, to be able to help me work on improvement, to be able to help me get me as to where that I want to go with the things that I'm claiming that I want in life. I truly have to make a conscious choice and decision that I do want this. I want this more than the shortcut. You know, we only look for shortcuts. We only look for a faster, quicker, easier way. Instead of, you know, making a conscious choice and decision to start our day off with gratitude. Start our day off with gratitude and decide that, you know, today I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the small things, because without the small things, I wouldn't be able to reach the high levels of the bigger things. That's something to truly be grateful for and to position into your day to be able to really realign and set yourself up for success. But if we consistently keep setting the standard and the bar very low for ourselves and saying, oh, I don't deserve that and this way and that way, and we're really not putting in the work that we need to, we're going to get exactly what it is that we are putting in the work for. You cannot think that you're going to be successful in something when you're not doing anything of significance, when you're not failing, when you're not even making an effort to be able to do the things that you need to do. Hey sis, thanks for joining. We're not really being real with ourselves. We're not really doing the things that we need to do. You know, I was thinking about this yesterday and today. Yesterday, I usually take off from working my business, and I take it for a rest day. You know, I took a walk. I went to the garden. I took a walk. I saw the flowers. I was around the fountain. It was beautiful. It was so refreshing. It was just gave me a nice reset. And today, I don't know why today, I just felt like, you know, I felt defeated. You know, I felt defeated in a way, and I just didn't feel like working, but I'm still out working. And, you know, I think about 5 to 10 steps ahead with everything that I do, just based on my life and my situation. And, you know, it's all about creating habits around what you do, you know. I don't feel like working every single day, but I do. I do because I'm the primary provider for myself and my children. So I have to work. So, you know, whatever your situation is, we have to honor ourselves within the process, and we have to really put in the work. Despite of if your situation is like mine or not, there's always something to work on. There's always something to learn. There's always something to get better at. There's always something to release and let go of. There's always something to unlearn, to relearn. You're never too old to learn, and you're never too young to teach. But if we consistently keep positioning ourselves in spaces and not living our truth, how long are we going to consistently keep complaining about the problem that we are creating for our own self? Because we are creating a problem for our own self by not living our truth. We're creating that problem. The things that you do, your consumption physically, your consumption mentally, your consumption spiritually, your consumption emotionally, and your consumption psychologically. Consuming on all these levels in not such a great, positive, healthy way is contributing to sickness. It's not anybody else's fault, it's your fault. It's your fault because you did not take the necessary steps to get disciplined and be consistent with that. Every day, day in and day out, we are pressing upon an impression on creating something, knowing that there's going to be an outcome. You can't have this mentality to think that, oh, I'm just going to do these things on a day-to-day basis, ain't nothing going to happen. You know, we just throw it in the back of our mind, and we just think that, you know, I'm going to do all these things on day-to-day, and nothing is going to happen. And day in and day out, weeks pass, months pass, years pass, and down the line in our life, something pops up. And it's not all of a sudden. We have to really take accountability. I've been doing X, Y, and Z for this long, and this is what it has produced. It's like, when you get impregnated, you go through different gestations and stages of certain things. It's the same thing with sickness. It gradually happens over time. It doesn't just pop up from nowhere. We cannot live in this type of delusional way and think that whatever just popped up, it just came from nowhere. We have to make a conscious choice and decision to do better for ourselves. We have to make a conscious choice and decision to do better for ourselves and whoever may be watching our journey, whoever may be inspired. It's very, very important. But, it's all about making a decision. That's where it starts. You have to make a decision. You don't make a decision, where it is that you are, it will consistently persist. So you have to make a decision on purpose that, I do want better for myself. I do want to do X, Y, and Z. But if not, you'll be exactly where it is that you are. Doing the bare minimum, blaming it on everybody and their mama and talking about why this ain't work out for you, or why this happened, why that happened. And that will be your story until you really decide, make a conscious decision that, where I want to go is way more significant than me doing X, Y, and Z. That's not really helping, improve me or help improve my life in any kind of significant way, a valuable way. People go 5, 10, 12, 15 years, and they consistently press upon the arrogance of their character. They continue to keep pressing upon, not really seeing the bigger picture of something when it comes to coming together as a collective to, be peaceful, be rational, to be able to really work through things so things can really work out on the other end. We spend so much time just being arrogant and thinking that that's okay. It's okay for me to be like that. And that's how we live our life. And we are blocking our own blessing with those type of characteristics, with that type of poison running through us. We are blocking our own blessing. God wants to bless us in these abundant ways, but we continue to keep blocking our own blessing by having a nasty attitude, having arrogance, having hate in our heart, having control, thinking that we need to control everything and everybody, thinking we need to have the last word. Let that stuff go. Life is you're here today, you're gone tomorrow. We don't start looking at life in this kind of way, we will not be able to build any type of significant legacy. We will not be able to position ourselves in life to have made any type of positive impression on anybody because we're too busy into ourselves and doing things that are not really positive and they're not really helping anybody along with ourselves. We're staying the same way our whole life, and we are truly created and meant to do great things. But it's up to you, it's not really up to anybody else. So I just wanted to encourage and inspire you all to decide, commit, and resolve in your life to be encouraged and be inspired to be able to do great things. Shout out to you if you are watching live. Thank you all for tuning in with me today. Shout out to you if you are watching the replay. Thank you for coming back and listening to today's message. I hope everybody's having a productive, peaceful, positive day. And want to continue to keep encouraging you, inspiring you all to be your best and your true self. Just wanted to share that with you. I hope everybody's having a great day. Make sure that you do share this on your timeline. And God willing, I'll be talking a bit later. Have a great one. Peace.